Hey everyone, welcome back and to the channel, Genuine Creators, Genuine Assets. I wanted to talk about an idea today about persistence, the idea of persistence, and persistence being different than consistency has to deal with doing something regularly, right? Over and over. Persistence has to deal with doing something despite the obstacles, right? Not giving up despite the obstacles that are in your way, despite the fact that you went to jail if that's the case, despite the fact that if you have a PO, despite the fact that you don't have all the resources that you would really like to have right now, despite the fact that you grew up where you grew up, or your parents or whatever have a disability, or whatever the situation is. Everybody's situation is different. But this morning I woke up to a woodpecker outside of my window. A woodpecker. And so that woodpecker was persistently pecking at and drilling into the tree outside my house, right? It's continuing to drill and continuing to drill. Sounds like a drill. They do it so fast, but it's a continuous pecking, drilling into the wood of a tree with its beak. And it is persistent at looking for and trying to digging for food, or looking for whatever it's looking for, right? It is persistent despite the obstacle of that bark, despite the obstacle of that tree. It's going to keep drilling, it's going to keep pecking into that tree, right, until it finds another tree. And so this is the idea I wanted to talk about of persistence. And so many of us, it's not like any of us have arrived, right? I don't want to come across as I've already arrived in some way, shape, or form. We're all learning together, so I'm taking you on this journey with me. And so there's a persistence. There's a persistent way that we need to be concerning our finances. And so in this day and age that we live in, this information, all this technology that's around, the internet, the web, and how people can get online and with the click of a button purchase this, whether it's at such and such store, online store, or what have you. People are constantly ordering things online. And so there are those who have already taken advantage of the fact of this online era that we live in, that's full of knowledge, right? And so we want to be persistent, and we want to be persistent concerning whatever your goal is right now. And for those who are who work for someone else, right? Who are employees, they are persistent at working that job, at getting up at such and such time to go to spend or trade their time, right, for the money that they're paid at that place where they work. They're persistent with that, and they keep doing that, and they keep doing that, right? But I want to get into and have us think about a different financial mindset, whereas there's the persistently going to that job, persistently doing that thing that brings in that stream of income, right? Whether it's a teacher, or you're a pilot, or a trash person, or a waiter or waitress, or whatever you do, right? There's the persistence in that thing. But we want to change. We want to have a change of mind to also be persistent, right, in being able to put out more value, right? Be able to serve more. So this is the idea of multiplying myself. So I must multiply myself, whether multiplying myself means hiring other people who are really good at what they do. They are really excellent at what they do, in their skills and in the service that they provide, and I'm able to hire someone to be able to do this task and perform this job, then I need to be able to reduplicate myself or multiply myself so that I can focus on something over here while the people that are hired can focus on, depending on how many people are hired, this, and this. So there's different avenues going out, different avenues of service and value that they're adding into the marketplace, right? And the more value that I bring into the marketplace, then the more compensation will come back. And so I have to have this idea and execute, right, on being able to multiply myself and serve more people. And so how do I do that? I'm going to do that by either hiring folks, one, and or creating a system or creating something that can work when I'm not there. It doesn't require me to be there to work, for the thing to work, such as a link, a clickable link where somebody can click on it and purchase a product, or like becoming an affiliate. You can become an affiliate and have links that you send to other people, or that you have on a website, or that you have on a social media platform. And that link, like I said, somebody can click on that and they can purchase a course, or they can purchase a book or an ebook, right? Videos are and act as assets, right? Because in essence, when people see your video and when people see my video, they, in essence, and even in effect, they meet me before they meet me. And so that's another thing to think about, that I can put videos into the marketplace where people are able to meet and see what you're about, see what see what you're providing, see what kind of value you're providing to the marketplace. They can see you and see if they're interested in what you have to offer, right? Your product or your service. They can see what you're putting out there, right? And so videos are and can be seen as assets, digital assets. They can tell what your company is about. They can tell, it's like a calling card. It's like, instead of handing out cards, it's a calling card for other people to be able to go and check out your content, go and see what you offer in the marketplace. What exactly are you putting out into the marketplace? And so, like that woodpecker, we need to have a mentality and a mindset of being persistent. And so this is one of the things that I was reminded of this morning when I woke up to the sound of a woodpecker drilling into a tree outside of my house. And the woodpecker is symbolic of persistence in the face of obstacles, or whatever obstacles that you're facing in your life, that you've grown up with, or that you're facing right now. Whatever obstacle that you're facing, right? The key is, for me, today is a new day. God has put breath in my lungs to live and given me another opportunity to face the day, to face the challenges, to be able to make a plan, to execute on a plan, whatever that is for you and for your family, for your posterity after you. And this idea of persistence. I have a new day where I can go at that. Let's say you're chiseling a rock, or you're trying to break apart this rock. The rock being analogous to, you're trying to figure out what it is that you could sell. You're trying to figure out how you could make another stream of income, right? And so we can have a mindset change of, you know what? Instead of seeing how much money I can pull in, which is, there's an aspect of that, let's see how much value I can give out. How much value can I give out? What can I do to bring value to the marketplace? What problems can I solve in the marketplace? What problems do people have that I could provide a solution for? And so there's this idea of being persistent, and whatever that thing is that you're trying to figure out or that you're working on, that we're not going to give up. I'm not going to give up, but I'm going to be persistent at it. Just like that woodpecker, he's trying to get through the bark of the tree and the hard surface of that tree. He's going to be persistent at pecking through it until he gets to what he's trying to get, whether that's some type of bug inside the tree or sap or whatever it is. He's going to be persistent, and he's not giving up. And so there's this idea of persistence in the midst of obstacles in your life. And so that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. Let's be persistent in the midst of whatever the obstacle is in your life, whatever the setback is, because the setback and the obstacle, they're just a challenge, right? It's just a hurdle to get over and to get through. It's just a valley to get through and a hurdle to get over, right? But the valley won't be gotten through and the hurdle won't be jumped over without persistently, constantly jumping over another obstacle that comes in my way. Constantly jump over that obstacle. If there's another valley, going through that valley and knowing that I'm going to come out on the other side of that valley. Persistent, having the persistent mindset. The persistent mindset is, I'm going to continue to whittle away at this rock, right? To whittle away and go towards my goal and my vision, no matter the different things that are trying to come in, into my field of view or into my life and pose as an obstacle. I'm going to be persistent and I'm going to break through. So that's what I had to share with you guys today. Until next time, great grace and plenty of peace.